slaves, while the bastard children of master so and so is the intellectual and middle and upper classes of today's society. You understand me? These things are really there in the Constitution. One can see how the law has benefited their children going to school and our children, watching their children eat the fancy lunch. It's not to say that it is a selfishness or that we are jealous of another, but we are desire equality, and a constitution is supposed to design to make each man in the nation in which the constitution is designed feel protected under the constitution, under the law. You understand me? That you are blessed by the state in your pursuit of your universal happiness. You understand me? And that you can grow towards your egalitarianism. That you can find your purpose and grow into the fullness of your character and being. And a nation who does not know what footing it has to grow, to stand on, will not understand where it wants to go. We are floating and fleeting because a lot of us are attempting to live the American dream. Because we are so fascinated, incensed by American, ideas, ways of living, the culture, the attitude in terms of the clothing, and the behavior in terms of the music and the market, how we are preparing ourselves to be viable. We are preparing ourselves to be viable for the American market, and the issue is we are not preparing ourselves to be more Jamaican. We do not understand what that means. So we take Jamaican to be a consumerism designer, a designer of trends and fads. So each Jamaican is waiting for his trend to catch on. Whether it's music, dancing, poetry, acting, whatever it is. Each Jamaican, whether it's killing, whatever it is, each Jamaican is waiting for his brand. Because we are marketing ourselves to an economy that is outside of Jamaica, outside of ourselves. And that shows us we're not internal. That shows us we do not understand what Jamaica is. That shows that we do not have a Jamaican dream. We do not have a Jamaican ideal. And if we do not understand what it is. And certainly we cannot live for a Jamaican identity if one has not formally been understood from our laws. And how can we construct a true Jamaican society when the foundations of a Jamaican society, the law, is hidden, is somewhat, as you say, not within the educational institutions. And the fact of the matter is, it should be within the schools. And as you said, a rigorous curriculum should be structured around it from as early as basic school or preschool, as you Americans say. As basic school, we need to have the children understanding the basic laws, just like how we are teaching them biblical laws and such in terms of religion. They can understand the basic laws of our constitution. And as you reach like high school, you can be doing somewhat, not necessarily expert level, but somewhat pseudo expert level understanding of our constitution. And I guess as you go into university, if you specialize in the law, you should definitely be an expert on the Jamaican constitution. And we need more constitutional laws, and certainly we need amendments to the constitution. We need lots of amendments. I remember before Bruce Golding was Prime Minister and he moved from the Labour Party to the NDM. The NDM, which is the National Democratic Movement, the whole icon is the lighthouse. I think the lighthouse probably out of service. But the issue is, their mandate was to have a new constitution for Jamaica, also give Jamaica a new constitution, also to lobby for a new constitution of Jamaica. And I guess from he moved from the mandate of the NDM and gone to the Jamaica Labour Party, which is now in the government. I guess that is no longer an issue, to a Bruce Golding administration. But I would say to Mr. Bruce Golding, please, remember those days at the NDM when we were talking so strongly about Jamaica needs, to re-examine this constitution and saying quite squarely we need a new constitution, and even beginning to examine and create a constitutional committee. So I'd say we should continue in that path, in that direction, certainly towards that end. We need to examine the constitution. I won't say we totally need a new constitution. We might totally need a new constitution as life goes on. We need to shed the past and come into more of acceptance of what it takes to live, And as the EPAs go, as you say, Kevin, you need to know what the law stipulates as it relates to trade and agreements between bilateral partners, trilateral partners, and so in how to actualize themselves, right? So the fact that we're in an art college, it's visual and performing arts, we have interfaced with all the students from all the school, male and female. And the issue is, it's a deep soul-filled discussion within organic arts and the synthesis we are creating with synthetic art and the synthetic minds. Example of organic arts, the poetry that I do. It is not, people have found that difficulty in saying that it's dub or it's chant because it's unique to me. I was not educated in the fine oratory skills and how to postulate these things, but this is my natural ethos. You know, it is my emergence, and as such, this is what we are about. And we can tell you about synthetic art. Synthetic art is the metronome, a design as to how you must do your poetry. You understand me? How our techniques of surrealism or whatever they are in the visual arts and dance techniques are, all these are what you call synthetic. They are designed, already set, that you have to learn them. You have to conform, configure yourself to learn these things. While organic arts is the emergence of yourself, the art that is your being. And that is what TreeAlife is about. That is what Sage and TreeAlife and our organization is all about bringing this emergence to every being to interface. So no matter how far you are in the spectrum of life, there is a synthetic interface where organics can come into your life. You understand me? Where we can begin to let you see a little bit more than the plastic. You understand me? To say, yes, you can learn the metronome, but here, create your own. And that's what TreeAlife is. So I invite you all to TreeAlife. Now, one of the issues I was talking about in terms of the storm that passed and Yemaya and the elemental gods, I was trying to explain to Kevin and Nick that in my perception of the Orishas and the Earth's birth from that plane after the bang, or you know, the implosion, because I believe every explosion starts with an implosion, is that in the primeval nun, the most dominant from the source of existence arose. Dominance, force, determination, will. They are all of words to encapsulate that vibration. Ra, Shango, that fiery essence, that director, that purpose arose from active chemicals and vibrating matter, black matter, from the astral and the cosmic, arose and begin to form this fourth dimension. Now, upon the face of the deep was the waters, and beneath the face of the deep was Ogun, the earth, the inborn child, the inborn soul that we are, the flesh of the ethos, of the ether. We are inborn in Ogun. That life, that organic life starts in Ogun. That means our life starts in Ogun. But Ogun is the child of Yemaya, who is impregnated, right, by Shango, who is facilitated by Elegba, which is the spirit which now is upon the face of the deep, which is the air, which makes it possible that life could fetter down and begin in the bowels of Yemaya. That Ogun, now when Shango blasts fire rays, Ogun emerges as Yemaya, give birth, and the waters break and the waters recede. Just like the human fetus, that the waters of the woman has to break before there's birth, and that water in which the child, the fetus, is submerged is salt water. Just as the birthing of Ogun, that flesh of the ether, you and I, male and female, from Yemaya, our mother, the ether, the unformed. And as the spirit of life would say, be fluid as the water. Because above all gods, Yemaya is such an enthralling God. Fire you fear. The wind, if it's too rough, you rush and you hide. And the earth, if it trembles beneath your feet, you quake. But Yemaya, your mother, you drink her in large amounts. You bathe in her. You relinquish your burdens in her. You replenish your soul in Yemaya.
Okay, good night. How you all doing? Well, usually still we have a lot more people. I mean, I guess it's the seasons and everything. But them say the amount doesn't really matter. Boy, I'm in a rod, maybe. Okay, this one is for the storm that went. I kind of, wrote this poem because a couple of people died in the community. And I never failed to record about a storm, but I did this one. When Yemaya thunders like, drums in the night, and love is drunk with anticipation, stillness of life is broken, stillness of hope is broken, life carried away in flood, still sleeping victims scream, still sleeping victims scream, bubbles full of hurtful silence. Everywhere now, Yemaya is known, greatest of elemental gods. She sleeps in the mountain, she stirs in the crack, awake in new streams, everywhere seen, mixing brown, green, mountain grey, with cloud white, angelic hair streams of new delight. There's an awesomeness in Yemaya's might, bursting banks of human design, her music raw, her passion strong. of hands, hands of me, hands of labor, hands of laces, hands of open pipe and baby. Jamaica, more confident man, more uncle, more empty hands. Here's an elevator to ask you. Please ask this government what is their plan. No! We never start life no vision. Living the truth, living the balance, then all of a sudden we get to unbalance. No teachers, poet, all I do is science. All the government said, self-reliance is higher science. Some people say, don't secure lions. We can't run the lion. Don't live life in a denial. Every action is a real action. Jamaica, who wants to the man, who out the mouth, who empty hands. Here to ask you, please ask this government, what is their plan? Yo! This is about one thing and one higher. When you have one fire, you have a big teacher, sing out your gun lyrics, and you have your gun factory. Anyway, check the next verse. The lyrics from real more tech plans than the art. Wonder who started, two good man and two man. No man has been all one little baby. Such a certain future, the youth and this the teacher. Some of church with the pastor. I say yes, church. Burn the 2 months after. Ask them of them after. Put them in our plan to make a next church martyr. Jesus Christ, we go offering after. Jamaica, more considered man, more empty mouth, more empty man. Here to ask you. Please ask the politicians. Please ask the pastor. Please ask the government. I beg you, ask the baby. What happened? Ask yourself, what's the plan? The poor will ask you. The artist will ask you. The musician will ask you. What is the plan? Jamaica. More confident man, more hungry mouth, more empty hand. Here's an essay to ask you, please ask the government, what is their plan? Like you understand, more confident man. What happened, brother? The lyrics them, the lyrics is what they plan. That's the art. What is the we start? You understand, one man and two man. You know the one that's the old one. Because I know the future, the youth and the teacher. So the church and praise the pastor. I say, teacher, burn 2 more pastor. And the one of them, I want them after. Now, more considered man, more argument, more empty hands. They ask you, ask yourself, what is the plan? Yeah, my plan. Watching it go down in every place like this thunder. Yes, some of them gunshots over my friend. Oh. Yeah.